Hello. Um, I was going to say Amy here, but that's self-evident. Today I had a tour of Antigua, which is the city where I'm staying, which is about 40 kilometers from Guat City, and it's where I'm studying Spanish. And the bus took us round the city, but round sort of the outer areas of it, and we looked at some old churches and a cemetery. I managed to gate crash a funeral, which was interesting. And yeah, just saw some other bits of the city. So I thought I'd put the photos up as a slideshow, but maybe talk a wee bit about them as well, and so you guys can see where I am, what I'm doing, and what I'm seeing. Hopefully, it will be vaguely interesting. Okay, thanks to everyone for likes and thumbs up on Facebook and comments and emails and all the rest of it. Much appreciated. And I'm sorry if I've been rubbish at replying to you personally. Um, I have no excuse other than I'm over here enjoying myself too much. All right, here we go with photos, hey? So this is Antigua. This is the Volcan de Agua, one of 3 volcanoes that surround the town, the volcano of water. Pretty impressive. And the building here on the left is the yellow one, is the language school I'm working at. I keep seeing women with things on their heads, really impressive, baskets of oranges, all kinds of things really. So I nicked this photo through the window of the car. And I've seen lots of these. This is the chicken bus, so called because everyone on it, all the passengers, are kind of thrust together very closely, much like chickens, and they certainly go through the corners enthusiastically here. The yellow shop, the tienda on the left, is like a local newsagent's with lots of things that you'd find in a corner shop in the UK. And this is an example of the colour of the streets, really, and the girl is wearing traditional clothing there too. The streets are pretty bumpy, as you can see. Great fun on the bus, not great if you're in a wheelchair, I imagine. We were taken on one tour around a market, lots of different stalls with crafts and pottery and weaving, lots of Catholic icons as well for sale for tourists. I think the main point of this picture is the tuk-tuk, which is the small vehicle at the bottom right-hand corner, and there are lots of tuk-tuks about. And within the city of Antigua, there are many municipalidades, little kind of centres. That's Jocotenango, and they have churches and town centres. So this is the church in Jocotenango. It's unusual in that it's the only church this colour in Antigua. The rest are all yellow or white, but this one is rosa, and it's 500 years old. And we went to a cemetery, and while we were there, actually, a funeral procession came through. So these particular graves or mausoleums are of the middle classes. And if you're buried here, normally if you're middle class, and assuming that your body has deteriorated before the next member of the family comes, they brush you out and put the next family member in. And if they die too soon after you, then they bury you maybe in a spot above or below. There are long walls with holes for coffins for the poorer members of society, and once the family have buried you, they have to pay 30 quetzales a year to keep you there, which is not much money, about 50 cents, I think, but a lot for someone who is poor. If they can't maintain the payment, then the body is reburied in a corner of the cemetery without marks. And if you're wealthy, you get to pick your own colour of mausoleum in a more private area. But I prefer these colours, much more natural. Here again, some colours. A lot of the walls are this bright yellow, and the sky really is that blue. And I think this was me being artistic. So lots of the houses, they all have this very old style with the wrought iron and different colours. And that's the view from near my front door on the street where I live. That's my front door. A very interesting photo for you to look at. More interesting, that's the view of another volcano directly from my bedroom door. That's the Volcan de Fuego, the fire volcano, and it erupted last September, in fact, and there was snow on top this morning. So that's me. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was instructive and interesting, and I shall leave you all now to get on with your merry day, and I'm off to learn regular verbos. Ir, ir y ar. Hasta luego.